Welcome to growing your food in your own backyard. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will never miss a new upload. I want to share my tips on ways to extend your growing season using frugal methods. The extended weather forecast predicted a frost-free conditions with a full week of snow, below freezing temperatures, and cloudy days. Unfortunately, in Colorado, at times we will have a freeze before our Indian summer arrives. I still have peppers, onions, tomatoes, and cucumbers growing. I still needed one more month of extended growing season. Protecting them effectively was critical in order to keep them alive, undamaged during the killing freeze in autumn, in time for the arrival of our Indian summer weather. The frugal method I used, which was effective, was covering my plants with layers of frost blankets. Most importantly, for the outer layer covering, I used a commercial grade frost blanket with a built-in N-Sulate designed to protect and raise the temperatures beneath the fabric by 8 to 6 degrees. This white frost blanket also had a waterproof protection. The green frost blankets were mid-weight covers that provided 2 to 4 degrees of protection. Using 3 layers of covering, I was able to create 10 to 15 degrees of protection. I also watered the soil, not the leaves or stems of the plants, to help the soil retain heat and plant roots survive. As you can see, my tomato plants did really well. I am surprised to see that I was actually getting yellow flowers during that time when I had a covering over the tomato plants. There was no sunshine for 5 days, and yet my tomato plants were flowering. I have a tomato that's ripening. I have 2 more tomatoes at the very bottom of it. So this experiment proved to me that I was able to create that miniature greenhouse during that week of frost, rain, snow, temperatures dropping below 32 degrees, and my tomatoes performed perfect. You will see also in the back, I have my yellow pepper plants. You'll see one of them is already turning red. You can see all the peppers are growing. So this experiment did work. It did allow me to create a mini greenhouse, and I was able to extend my growing season. So let me take you over to my cucumbers. As you can see, my cucumber plants were not even impacted. Cucumbers is a subtropical plant. It is a heat-loving plant. And as you can see, I had cucumbers that were actually growing under the frost blanket with no sunlight for 5 days. And then as you can see, I had increased flowering. I got another foot, or another, I should say, 4 inches of growth during that period. I got flowering during that period. I got flowering over here during that period. You can see there's a cucumber right there that it was actually growing. So I am really, really happy to see that this experiment did work for me. The layering of these N-Sulate frost blankets did allow me to create a mini greenhouse, and it did allow the hot weather plants to continue growing until Colorado was able to get the Indian summer weather that we so much enjoyed during late October and November. So I just wanted to share with you guys my experiment. I wanted to share with you my tip on how I was able to extend my growing season and did not put my bid to rest. It's put this bid to rest because I was trying to extend, rather protect these plants during that week and a half of cold, rainy, snow period until our Indian summer weather will come back around, which is going to be this Wednesday into next week. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button. To my Colorado and Northern gardeners, please share your tips of how you were able to extend your plants, and make sure you leave your comments below. I wanted to lay out my frost covers so you could see exactly what I was doing. This was specific for the bell peppers. The bell pepper plant had the green frost blanket over to the right. And then I put a second layer frost blanket as well. That's over to the left. The N-Sulate frost blanket in the center, which is the white one, what was really remarkable about this frost blanket, it actually had a layer of protection that kept the rain and snow from penetrating. And so when I took the white frost blanket off the pepper plant, which was the last or third covering, it was totally dry underneath this particular frost blanket. So therefore, none of the plants got wet where it would end up freezing if the water had contact with the bell pepper plants. It had complete total protection of the rain and the snow. Again, it continued insulating the bell pepper plant and continued giving it the warmth. At this point, with 3 layers, I was at maybe 10 to 15 degrees warmer with the 3 layering. So I laid it out so you guys were able to see exactly what frost blankets I was using and how I was layering it. So again, the first one was the first layer, the right frost blanket was the first layer, the left frost blanket was the second layer, and the actual N-Sulate frost blanket that kept it protected from the moisture was the third. And that's what kept my bell peppers in perfect tact. The bell peppers were actually growing while it was under this protection. So I created a little mini house, if you will.